Hello everybody, this is Becky Browning with Wallflower Greetings. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today I'm going to show you this cute little card, which is really easy to make. I love being able to make mass-produced cards that are quick and simple, especially ones that I need a lot of, which thank you notes I usually need a bunch. So this is my customer appreciation card of the month, and anyone who received a catalog from me in the mail will get, I haven't mailed it yet actually, I've been working on them, will get this card in the mail with some other little goodies to go with it. So if you haven't received a catalog from me and you'd want one, then just let me know by messaging me and I will send that to you, and you'll also get this card. But let me show you how to do it because it's really simple and a lot of fun. So I posted earlier a video from Stampin' Up! On how to make backgrounds using your clear acrylic blocks. So that's really what we're going to do. We're going to do a little bit different. In that video, it showed using water and kind of giving it a watercolor background by putting some color on the block itself using Stampin' Write markers. So there's lots of different ways to do this, but what I'm going to do is I'm not really even going to use water. But I'm going to do just what I'm going to do is I'm going to just stamp directly, onto the ink pad and then onto my paper. So I'll show you what I mean. So what we're going to be using today is very vanilla cardstock. So I have that both for my base, okay, and then for my layering piece as well. And then I also have a matching very vanilla envelope which we will also stamp. Okay, so let me go ahead and fold this card and get it ready. Okay, there we go. And it's good, or it's best, to use a bone folder to get a good crease. I can't find mine right now, so we'll just use our fingers. Okay, so we're going to set that aside and we're going to take our layering piece next and get it ready. And what I'm using for my color, you could use really anything you wanted, but this is one of the new in colors. This is Lemon Lime Twist. It's a really bright color. When you actually put it on the very vanilla though, it does mute it a little bit, but I still really like the way it turned out. But you could use any color that you think would look good for this project, and really any stamp set to go with it. So the stamp set we're going to be using, just so you know, is also a new stamp set called Background Bits. And it's got a lot of really pretty things. I love this font for the thank you, so we will be using that. I'm using this little flower over here, but you could just as easily use this little grouping of flowers as well. So whatever you like, you could use any stamp set. All right, so what I'm going to do is I've opened my ink pad, and all I'm going to do is simply, now one thing about these acrylic blocks is you want to make sure that they're nice and clean before you do this, okay, or as clean as possible. What I did to clean this is I took some just basic hand sanitizer spray, Purell, and sprayed some on there, and then took a cloth, like a microfiber rag, and wiped it off a little bit. So that's what I've done. I'm going to wipe it again. And so then I'm just going to get this inked. Just tap it into the ink and, smush it in there. Get as much color on it as possible. And I might be able to tell that it's inked pretty good. And for this technique, it doesn't need to be perfect. You're going to see probably on some of them maybe some little lines. You'll see some texture. I really like the way this one turned out. They're all going to be slightly different, so don't worry about that. So now that I've got this really inky, I'm going to put this on, stamp this about midway, but a little above midway on my paper here. But I could either turn it this way. This is a D size block, so I could do it this way, kind of portrait, or up and down, which on these I think I did this up and down. So portrait. I think I'm going to do it landscape this time. So I'm going to, without getting hopefully my head too much in the way, I'm going to try to to center this and to get it kind of even. So we'll see. Sometimes that is a challenge. We'll see how we did. And I'm really pressing really good, getting a good impression, hopefully. And see, actually, I didn't get as much ink on there as I thought. Now, if you like this look, that is actually not too bad. I kind of like it. But I actually want more color than that. So one of the things that I do, this is a strategy I use, I could have just directly stamped on a piece of very vanilla cardstock on my card base. But for this reason, if I didn't like the way it turned out or I make a mistake, then I can flip it over and stamp on the back. So that's precisely what we're going to do. So I'm going to try to see if I can get, I may go ahead and use that other, but let's see if I can get just a little bit more ink on here. And of course, inking on my fingers. Try not to get too much ink on my fingers. So I'm going to go ahead and ink this again. And what I might do, I think I may have done this last time, I kind of moved this back and forth, you know, on the ink pad. I don't want to mess up the ink pad, but just kind of rubbed it in there to maybe get it on there better. So let's see if that's better. Okay, so let's try this again. Again, I'll try to do this as straight as possible without getting my head too much in the way. Okay, so I'm going to really press this time. Okay, let's see what happens. See, I still didn't get the impression that I want. But anyway, I like it. I don't think that's bad. But you definitely got to work at it to get it more solid. Something else you might try is our Stampin' Pierce mats. Might give you a firmer surface to work on, and that might give you a little bit more of an impression and more ink on there if you want. But we're going to go ahead and go with this because it really doesn't look bad. So now all I'm going to do is just stamp. So I'm going to move this out of the way. I'm going to put it on my scratch paper over here so I don't get ink everywhere. All right, and I'm going to use the same color. I'm hoping that's what I used last time, but I think it is. It's been a while since I've made these cards. So I'm just going to ink this little flower up, and I'll lift this up so I can. And I'm actually going to stamp it off over here on my scratch paper. See if I inked it well. You know, I don't know. You know what? I know what ink I used on this. I actually used a different color because I was thinking that's going to be too light. I actually used another color. Let me go grab it. Here's what I used. It's a new ink color as well. It's called Tranquil Tide. So we're going to use that. So what I need to do is I'm going to go ahead and close this ink pad up so I don't stick my hand in it. And I'm actually going to clean this off real quick. My stamp. Okay. There we go. This will be better. Okay, now let me ink this up in this color. This is a darker color. I actually like the way that these two colors work together. They seem to coordinate really nicely together, or at least to me they do. And I'm inking this up and I'm kind of checking the edges to make sure I don't get. So what I did is I got a little bit of ink on the edge here of the rubber, so I don't want a line there, so I just took that off with my finger. And I'm just going to stamp it kind of in the middle here. And there you go. All right, that's pretty. So to me, I really like the way those colors look together. Okay, so let's go ahead. All I have to do next is stamp the thank you on the bottom and then put it on our card so that it looks like that. Now the other thing that you might want to do is I like to always make a matching envelope, so I'm just going to go ahead and stamp that real quick. just going to put it over here in the bottom right hand corner. There you go. So once I do the thank you on here, all I'm going to do is take some snail adhesive and put it on my card, and it'll be ready to go. So very quick and easy, not hard at all. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you like it. If you do, give me a thumbs up. I'd like to hear any comments that you might have or any suggestions for things that you would like to see in the future. Thank you so much. Have a great day.